The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of blood and despair, within the labyrinthine depths of the Infinity Castle. Here, reality twisted and turned, a cruel reflection of Muzan Kibutsuji's malevolent will. Hope itself seemed to wither in this place of endless torment. It was in this crucible of suffering that the unthinkable transpired. Muzan, the progenitor of all demons, unleashed his final, desperate assault. Tendrils of his corrupted flesh, sharp as blades and black as night, pierced the young body of Tanjiro Kamado. A chilling silence descended, broken only by the ragged breaths of those who watched in horror. But then, a profound shift occurred, a moment that would forever alter the fate of their world. Tanjiro, the boy who embodied unwavering resolve, did not fight the encroaching darkness. Instead, in a horrifying twist of fate, he embraced it, a silent, agonizing surrender to the very evil he had sworn to eradicate. The transformation began, not as a struggle, but as an insidious acceptance. The boy who had once promised to protect humanity, to restore his sister, was now becoming its ultimate nightmare. A new dawn, crimson and terrifying, threatened to break over a world already teetering on the brink. The slayer of demons was now poised to become their king. The spectacle of Tanjiro's transformation was nothing short of terrifying, a grotesque parody of his former self. His gentle features contorted, reshaped by an ancient, predatory hunger. The very essence of his being was rewritten by Muzan's blood. His eyes, once pools of warmth and empathy, now burned with a malevolent crimson glow. They held no trace of the boy they knew, only an insatiable, predatory intelligence. Fangs, sharp and gleaming, elongated within his mouth, a stark declaration of his new nature. His enhanced sense of smell, once a tool for tracking demons and comforting others, became a weapon of unparalleled terror. It now sought out the living, pinpointing their fear and their very life force with chilling precision. No hiding place would be safe from his awakened senses. The blood demon art that manifested within him was a corrupted echo of his former breathing style. Water, once a symbol of purity and adaptability, now twisted into something vile and destructive. It was no longer the gentle flow of the Hinokami Kagura. Instead, his power became a crimson tide of destruction, a torrent of blood-infused water that could rend flesh and bone. This horrifying ability promised to drown the world in despair, a testament to the demon he had become. His very presence radiated an oppressive, suffocating dread. Deep within the newly formed demon, a silent, agonizing war raged. The remnants of Tanjiro's humanity, though fractured, stubbornly persisted. Memories of his family, of Nezuko's gentle hand, flickered like dying embers in the encroaching darkness. His burning desire to protect those he loved, a core tenet of his former existence, clashed violently with a primal, insatiable hunger. This new, monstrous craving demanded sustenance, demanded blood, demanded the very lives he once swore to safeguard. It was a torment beyond imagining. The insatiable need to consume, to feast upon human flesh, battled fiercely against the echoes of his former self. Each pulse of demonic energy was a whisper of temptation, a roar of primal instinct threatening to extinguish the last vestiges of his soul. He was a prisoner in his own body. This internal struggle was a silent scream, unheard by those who now saw only a monster. The demon's instincts pushed him toward savagery, while a faint, almost imperceptible spark of his true self fought for control. It was a battle for his very essence. Could the boy who once wept for demons find a way to resist the ultimate corruption? Or would the hunger, relentless and all-consuming, finally devour the last shred of the kind-hearted slayer? The answer hung precariously in the balance. Nezuko's anguish was a palpable, suffocating weight, heavier than any physical burden. Her brother, her protector, her only remaining family, had become the very thing they fought against. The monster she had once been was now reflected in his terrifying new form. She was forced to confront the horrifying reality of what he had become, a creature of pure malevolence. The bond they shared, once an unbreakable shield against despair, now felt like a cruel, twisted chain, her heart shattered with each passing moment. Desperate, she made repeated, agonizing attempts to reach him, to pierce through the demonic veil. Her voice, her touch, her very presence screamed of their shared past, of the love that had sustained them through unimaginable hardship. She pleaded with his lost soul. But her pleas were met with a chilling, vacant indifference, a gaze devoid of recognition. The demon that wore her brother's face offered no comfort, no sign of the boy she knew. It was a silence more terrifying than any roar. For a fleeting, agonizing moment, a flicker of recognition might appear in those crimson eyes, a ghost of the brother she remembered. But it was quickly, brutally extinguished, swallowed whole by the demon's overwhelming hunger. He was gone, yet still there. The Hashira, pillars of hope and humanity's last line of defense, were now burdened with a mission of unimaginable grimness. Their resolve, once focused on Muzan, now turned to a former comrade. The weight of this new task threatened to crush their spirits. Their sacred duty was clear, yet agonizing, to hunt down the boy who had once fought alongside them, the one who had embodied their ideals. Tanjiro Kamado, the demon, had to be stopped, no matter the cost. The world depended on their unwavering commitment. Gyu Tomioka, the water Hashira, faced this tragedy with his characteristic stoic resolve, though a profound sorrow etched itself deeper into his soul. The promise he had made to protect Nezuko and Tanjiro now felt like a cruel mockery. His silence spoke volumes of his pain. Shinobu Kocho, the insect Hashira, approached this new, horrifying threat with her usual calculated precision, though her smile held a new, chilling edge. Her scientific mind sought answers, even as her heart recoiled from the monstrous truth. She prepared for the inevitable. The other Hashira, each a beacon of strength, grappled with their own profound grief and unwavering determination. Rengoku's memory, Uzui's flamboyance, Mitsuri's kindness, Obanai's severity, Sanemi's rage, Gyome's compassion, all were tested by this ultimate betrayal. They steeled themselves for the coming battle. The clash between the Hashira and the demonized Tanjiro was a brutal ballet of death, a symphony of despair. Each strike, each parry, was laced with the agony of what could have been. The battlefield became a stage for their collective heartbreak. They fought a desperate, harrowing battle against a foe who knew their every move, their every weakness, their every breathing technique. Tanjiro's former training, now twisted by demonic power, made him an adversary unlike any they had ever faced. He was a ghost of their past, haunting their present. Zenitsu Agatsuma and Inosuke Hashibira, Tanjiro's closest companions, were utterly devastated by this horrific turn of events. Their world, already scarred by loss, now crumbled entirely. The bond of their trio, once unbreakable, was shattered beyond recognition. Zenitsu, ever prone to fear, found himself paralyzed by a grief so profound it eclipsed even his terror. The image of his kind, unwavering friend was now irrevocably intertwined with the monstrous being before him. His mind struggled to reconcile the two. He wrestled with the impossible task of understanding how the boy who had saved him countless times could become such an abomination. His cries of despair echoed through the ravaged landscape, a testament to his broken heart. He could not comprehend this betrayal. Inosuke, fueled by a raw, untamed rage, found a twisted sense of loyalty in his fury. His boar-headed mask, a symbol of his chaotic commitment, now seemed to snarl with a primal need for vengeance. He would not stand idly by. He charged headlong into the fray, his dual blades a blur of steel, driven by a desperate, misguided hope that he could somehow beat the demon out of his friend. His wild, untamed spirit refused to accept this new reality. He would fight until his last breath. The emergence of a demonized Tanjiro Kamado cast a long, terrifying shadow over the future of their world. The very fabric of existence seemed to tremble under the weight of this new, horrifying possibility. The balance of power was irrevocably shifted. Could this new, formidable demon challenge Muzan Kibutsuji himself for the coveted title of Demon King? His unique lineage, infused with Muzan's own blood and his former mastery of the sun-breathing, made him a terrifying contender. A new era of demonic rule loomed. Or would he, in a more chilling twist, become a loyal, terrifying enforcer of Muzan's reign, a general of unparalleled power? His intimate knowledge of the Demon Slayer Corps would make him an unstoppable weapon against humanity. The thought was unbearable. The world, already scarred by centuries of demonic terror, now faced a bleak picture of utter consumption. A future where the sun itself might fear to rise, where humanity's last embers of hope were extinguished by an endless night. Despair threatened to become the only constant. This new reality promised a world consumed by darkness, a realm where demons reigned supreme and humanity was reduced to mere prey. The Crimson Dawn had truly arrived, painting the future in shades of blood and eternal suffering. There seemed to be no escape. As the dust settled on this horrifying hypothetical, a lingering, agonizing question remained. Could Tanjiro Kamado, the demon, ever truly be saved from the abyss he had fallen into? Was there any path back from such profound corruption? Could the embers of his humanity, those faint flickers of his former self, ever be rekindled? Would the love of his sister, the memories of his family, be enough to pierce through the overwhelming darkness that now consumed him? Hope felt like a distant dream. Or would he forever be lost to the Crimson Dawn, a monstrous testament to Muzan's ultimate victory? Would his soul be irrevocably twisted, his purpose forever bound to the destruction of all he once held dear? The thought was a chilling one. Would he ascend to become a demon king, ruling over a world plunged into eternal night, a cruel parody of the hero he was meant to be? His reign would be one of terror, a constant reminder of humanity's greatest failure. The very air would taste of fear. The answer to these terrifying questions remains a haunting, terrifying unknown. It is a dark possibility, a chilling what-if that whispers of a world utterly consumed by despair. The Crimson Dawn beckons, promising either ultimate destruction or a miracle beyond imagining.